Good morning, good people. How you doing? Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let's get right into it, and let's go right into open. As we could see, the sell-off continues. Good people, the sell-off continues. Bad morning. Rising geopolitical situation that could take place today. The market is bracing for it. The Nasdaq is down another 900 points. The S&P is down almost 200 points. The Dow is down. The Dow was down 1,200 points. So it's just not a good day. But here's what I will say, that I believe that, forgive the bags, I didn't plan on going live. I just believe that this week will be a deciding week. What you're going to do. I bought some crypto last night, and it's lower than when I bought it because we have broke under levels of support. As right now, well, we're coming back. We were just at 49 and now we're at 50. We had a huge red wick down. Here we go. Sorry about that. A huge red wick down on crypto. And so it is all up to you. The market is now open. Let's see what's going on with the markets. Let's stack these. Let's start with the NASDAQ, which is tech heavy, and the NASDAQ is just getting, just plummeting. All right, look at that. That can't be right. There we go, good people. The NASDAQ is already in bear territory. Okay, it's already in a correction. The NASDAQ is already in a correction. The chips are just being plummeted. They're plummeting, should I say. Excuse me, good people. I was just not going to go live this morning, but I just felt that we just need to look at this market together. Okay, let's look at the S&P. Let me stack this, guys, for you. It doesn't take, even the Russell is down. The Dow and the Russell. Okay, let's get the Russell in there. Here we go, good people. That's not good. Look at that. That is just, it's not a good morning. Okay, not a good morning at all. Look at that. The Russell is down. The Dow is down. S&P is down. NASDAQ is down. Everything is just down. NASDAQ, 1,400 points, 8% in one day. This is what I was talking about. It doesn't take long. The S&P is down another 3.5%, just like that. Yep, you are absolutely right. For some, it's a summer sale, right? For some, it's a summer sale. If you haven't been in the market and you were looking for a chance to get in the market, today just may be your day. It just may be your day, right? And look at that. That is just not good. All right, so we're starting to kind of bottom out a little bit with crypto. And I'm just going to bounce around, all right? I'm just going to bounce around. We're at 50. We were just at 49,500. Now we're at 50, okay? And so not panicking. I'm not panicking. I'm still holding. I do believe I'm going to bring something up that I just watched with Tom Lee, and I want you guys to watch this. This was a. Hopefully, I can pull this up for you guys. Something I watched with Tom Lee. Let's see if it'll. He said a lot of interesting things that I believe is correct. I'm going to play this right now, this back and forth with Tom Lee. I want you guys to listen to it soon as I get this commercial done with. And it's a little lengthy, and but I want you guys to listen to what he says. And as I agree with a lot of what he says. I'm going to play this right now. Okay. This back and forth with Tom. Sorry about that, good people. Sorry. All right. All right. Here, let's make sure. Hey, this is live. There we go. Here we go. And I want you guys to listen to this, please.
Spike down, which a lot of times the other side looks just like it, or people are hoping for that so much that they don't see that it might have longer to go. Do you get the feeling that this is not going to be a major sell-off?
For now, I think it is the former that you described. You know, we have over 3 days, suddenly markets reversed, and you know, Japan down over 20%, and as you're pointing out, the Nasdaq could even, you know, decline further. Declines like that are generally symmetric, but you have to watch the VIX, and when the VIX peaks and starts to roll over and fall down, the recovery can be just as quick. I think a lot of this depends on whether financial conditions in the U.S. start to tighten, you know, meaning like, do markets seize up? But with interest rates falling, you know, the consumer's still in pretty good shape. I think on the other side of this, it'll look like a growth scare. But it doesn't mean that
it's a
today's
growth
the bottom.
Scare.
Now we're going to come back to that. Before you guys jump on some QQQ puts and all of that, look at the change in percentage. Look at that, 5,000% on some of them. Okay, so you may get into a put just because the market is falling, and you just may get wiped out. I just want to tell you guys, be careful. Always consider the price, the IV. Let's continue with this Tom Lee interview.
Yes.
It's kind of interesting that it almost looks like the market's showing what the Fed didn't do again. It's almost like once again they're there, but not really ahead of what's happening, and they're reacting, not anticipating, kind of again.
Yes.
On the way up and on the way down.
Yeah, the 2 years is signaling that the Fed is behind because 2-year yields have fallen further. But it does seem like, as we look back, a lot more this is because of the surprise hike from Japan and the sort of knock-on effects from there. If that is the primary source of the reaction, I know it's going to be tumultuous for markets, but for the U.S. economy, it's not necessarily bad news, and I think that's why we can balance.
Some of your great and accurate calls have been based on inflation coming in like you thought, much cooler than the market was thinking at the time. I guess the flip side of that is that there can be the dual mandate, there can be labor market weakness associated with why that's happening. Was the asymmetric risk, maybe it wasn't asymmetric, maybe there was a great risk to the job market?
Well, you know, markets don't like surprise. I mean, Friday's jobs report was disappointing.
How far back did they go with revisions down, too? It almost looked like the whole story, the whole narrative that we had is suspect about
That's right. And I think many expected that because, you know, the establishment survey versus household had so many gaps. And so that's kind of converging. But that means markets are waiting until August payrolls report, which is not for 4 more weeks, to really know. But I would say, to me, it still seems like July, even as bad a report it was, is more of an aberration. And I think the trend is still...
Weather, there's a couple of things in it that people...
Yeah, there was almost a record number of people that were having temporary layoffs and people who weren't working due to bad weather. And Texas had a big spike in jobless claims. So it does look like the hurricane had some effect, although the BLS said there was no effect.
On Thursday night, one of the people at your shop said 53.90 looks like a good S&P support. Do support levels mean anything? And you want to give me another one, or is it just another one to go through?
Well, you know, because it didn't hold, it means that there are other support levels that could be important.
It might not hold.
Yeah, it could not. I think that the VIX is telling us that.
We got to watch the VIX.
Yeah, because it spiked Friday, and then it's spiking again today. I mean, the last time the VIX was at this level was April 2020. So for an investor, that tells us kind of where we are, which is we know markets are nervous and they have to unwind, but it's not been a bad time to be thinking that there is a big opportunity on the other side because one.
All right, we're going to come back to Mr. Lee, Mr. Tom Lee. The VIX was spiking, And like he said, it could turn around, and no one knows. So I can't tell you what's going to happen. But as we could see, the VIX is spiking. I don't know why this data is not coming up good, but we could see right now the VIX is up 31%. It says no data here, but the VIX is up 31.68 points. I'm sorry. Look at that, good people. 135%, 135.44%, if you could see that. I don't know why it won't reload here, but we could see it up here in the bar, right? Look at the VIX, 135%, right? So we're going to come back and see if everything loads. Let me check. Here, let me see what's going on with the indices now. Yeah, just not good. Just not good. Well, the NASDAQ is trying to come back a little bit. That's why it's good not to. Now, this is early in the day. We don't know what the day is going to hold. We know if the tension in the Middle East ratchets up. I keep putting a lot of S's on there. This could turn around and go south really, really, really quick. So we just got to monitor it. I know a lot of you guys are at work today. We just got to monitor it minute by minute and see what's going on. So it's crazy. A lot of things you can't log on to right now. What do you say? You cannot log into TSOS. Yeah, it's a bloodbath in the streets. It's crazy. But let's finish listening to what Mr. Tom Lee has to say.
VIX starts to calm down and markets have already corrected, we know that there's opportunity.
Right. I mean,
knowing that, of course, it's August, as you point out. Corrected, we know that there's opportunity.
Right. I mean,
knowing that, of course, it's August, as you point out.
You think the VIX high 40s is?
We know markets are nervous and they have to unwind, but it's not been a bad time to be thinking that there is a big opportunity on the other side, because once the VIX starts to calm down and markets have already corrected, we know that there's opportunity.
Right. I mean,
knowing that, of course, it's August, as you point out.
You think the VIX high 40s is where it's going to peak, or low 50s? I guess, it's up 100% almost.
Yeah. The VIX may not have a ceiling because we know next couple of days there's also some geopolitical events on the horizon.
And Israel, and Iran, and we got politics here.
I mean, that's escalating. Some people think, well, that's going to turn into a nightmare this week.
Supposedly today.
Or right.
Tomorrow. I mean, we don't want to.
So I think that's why it's all coming to a head this week. I mean, to me, it's a very important week because we know.
I agree. I agree that it may come to a head this week, and then that there could be a reversal. This could present itself to be a buying opportunity. Could. We just don't know. But let's finish listening.
It's hard to catch a falling knife, as you're pointing out. Support levels are being broken, but mortgage rates are falling. The consumer's in pretty good shape, and the job market. I think it's very unlikely.
But so if the knife is falling, and you like catching falling knives, I know you. So the question is, at what point do you catch said knife?
I spent a lot of time talking to Mark Newton, our technical strategist, over the weekend, and I think that there is a reprieve coming this week. Like, who knows? It could even be today, right? We could open down huge, and then after 11 a.m., we could reverse higher. But
you guys heard that? We could open up, and then after 11 a.m., we could have a reversal. But then again, if war breaks out in the Middle East, it could go back down. No one knows. We're just going to try to keep you guys fed today. But that is a signal not to absolutely panic, sell everything, okay? Like I said, for people that are just getting in the market, this is a great opportunity. But for some of you that are looking at the red and start to panic sell, you may be not making the right decision. You have to make the best decision for you. A lot of people can't log in to, look at this. You can't log into Fidelity. You can't log into Fidelity. It's crazy. Good morning, Kathy. Let's finish. I'm going to bag up a little bit. We only got 30 seconds left of this interview. But for those of you that are on just now, make sure that you just rewind this, okay? Here we go.
Be today, right? We could open down huge, and then after 11 a.m., we could reverse higher. But I kind of agree with Joe that this is still August, and I think that markets traction really doesn't come back till October. So between now and October, it's maybe a range-bound market at best, but there'll still be opportunities.
And we could call it Bitvidia, basically. I mean, it's just,
So you heard between now and October, just like I was saying last night, between now and October. Why is he saying that? Tom Lee is expecting things to kind of, I think he's expecting things to kind of go back up in November, it being an election year. You know what? I got like 2 seconds left. Let's hear it.
Bitcoin, what is Bitcoin? Gold's hitting new highs, Bitcoin, yields. People look for safety. They buy treasuries, they buy gold. People don't buy Bitcoin for safety.
Yeah, Bitcoin is still mostly a risk-on asset. And, there's potentially been lots of liquidations. I think several 100,000 accounts liquidated over the weekend.
So there is a lot of liquidation in Bitcoin. A lot of guys are leveraged. The leverage, if you're leveraged or you're doing margins and you're getting margin called, I always tell people don't do margins, and don't leverage if you're not a absolute pro trader, in which probably one out of everyone that's going to see this video is a pro trader. Okay, and I'm just telling you guys, don't do it. It's not worth the risk. You could literally get totally wiped out. There's someone right now that just lost all of their savings on leverage and just overly bullish. I would not do that. All right. So a lot of liquidation is happening right now. Someone asked the question, why does the war have anything to do with it? The war in the Middle East, because if right now we're sending ships over there, right? We're sending stuff because of our allies, okay? And war, if you look at the history of war, the onset of war always has a negative effect to the stock market, right? And then there again, 11 months after, you find out that was a buying opportunity. So that's why. Fidelity is unavailable. It's not good. You were able to log in. Stressful. Yeah, it's stressful. It's stressful, but these are the times. These are the times when you have to, you just have to make a decision and stick with it. Love the buying opportunity. All is red. Yep. See, there you go. Uncle, is this the 10% correction you warned us of? No, this is not the 10% correction, though it could all happen today. But it was generally a bleed off from June all the way to October, not a hard fall like this. All right. So this is not exactly the 10% normal bleed off, but it's happening. So I'm not that smart to predict this. So this is not it, but this is actually worse than the 10% bleed off. This is a warning of a recession. That's what this is. Let's just keep it right. Wow, you locked out of Schwab too? This is not good. Wow. All right, your Fidelity is working. Mine was in the pre-market. Okay. Try logging in on your phone. That's what they're saying. Yep, you're saying come down. Yep, some people are screaming like this is the end. And then some people are going, wow, look at these sales, Yeah, it brought you back to your average, lost all your gains. But remember, for those of you that are looking at your portfolios, you're looking at red, you haven't lost anything until you hit that sell button. Just remember that. You have not lost a dime until you hit that sell button, okay? If there's a reversal, then all you did was, go on a roller coaster ride. But soon as you hit that sell button, yeah, you lock in your losses, right? But if the market continues to fall, unfortunately, you're going to wish you had. And which way is it going to go? I can't tell you. I don't know. But all I could say is you have to do what's best for you. Now let's look. Let's look at the indices. You see that? Starting to climb right back up, right? Starting to climb right back up. But let's not go, hooray, it's all over. But as you could see, we're starting to climb. But we just don't know what's going to happen minute by minute, right? So where are we on time? I'm just going to leave it right there, good people. I wanted to come in and show you guys that. And of course, crypto has broken under support. Bitcoin has broken under support. And it went for a free fall. Now, just a few minutes ago, this was actually all the way down to 49.10. And now it's back up to 52. And so things are starting to ease up just a little. But that doesn't mean we are out of, we're out of trouble right now. We have to monitor the day. So what I'm going to do is just end this right now. Yeah, I got to tell you guys that this is brought to you by Stock Up You, right? For those of you that have Stock Up You, please go back to, you already paid for it. This is going to help you save money and make money. Go back to the Boom Bubble Bust, right? Go back to the chapter that teaches you how to read a balance sheet. Go back to the chapter that talks about the PE, price to earnings. Everything, all of those fundamentals come into play now, right? The hype is over. All of this overvalued stock are getting hit the worst. Tech is getting just shellacked. The chips are just getting shellacked. Everything that is overvalued is getting shellacked. And now I believe we are going into true rotation, and not just rotation into small caps, but value stock. Okay. And so there we have it right there, good people. All right. So we had open, fall, back, and we're trying to climb back up, but the market just opened. So we have to see what's going on, right? So remember this in closing. If you have a good company with good solid fundamentals, never panic. Panicking will cause you to lose money. When Wall Street calls you dumb money, it just means in times like this, you panic sell, right? And you sell at the bottom. And then when it runs back up, you run up and then you buy it back at the top. And then it falls back down and you panic sell, and then you panic sell at the bottom. So you keep selling at the bottom and buying at the top. That's the definition of dumb money. All right. And some of this is market manipulation. Let's call it what it is. Everybody can't log into their apps. Now, there's bandwidth problems. We understand that. But I want you to look at your portfolios. And right now, I'm telling you, as far as crypto is concerned, the only things I'm really buying, I bought a few memes, just a little, but my big money is going in layer ones. That's what I'm buying. I'm buying layer ones. And yes, I'm going to be buying the QQQ. I'm going to be buying VTI. I'm going to be buying those type of companies, VOO. I'm going to be buying the overall stock market, but I'm also going to be buying the Bitcoin, the Ethereums, the links, and I'm not going to be loading up on the memes, because the memes, if we go back down, the memes are going to fall 3 to 5 times faster than crypto. All right. Than Bitcoin, should I say. All right. So I'm going to leave it right there. Let's see. What else? Do we got another question? We'll go back. Yeah, you can't log into your Schwab. Yeah. All right. Hey, well, good people. This is one of those days we'll be back later on today. Hopefully you have a blessed day. I'm just going to monitor the markets and be careful. Jumping into options, make sure you look at how expensive it is, because a lot of people are going to get wiped out today on that too. Sometimes the best trade you can make is not trading at all and just sitting still on the sidelines and watching, right? Love you guys. We'll see you later. Live, love, laugh, and learn.